Hi everybody, my name is Eli.
I'm Jason.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden. And we're the Yahoo and the Torah YouTube channel.
And we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us, for joining us. You guys are our family. We love you guys very, very much. Wherever you are, in whatever part of the world you are on, wherever you are, we love you all and thank you very, very much for joining us. And gentlemen, how are you guys?
Good.
Everyone hunky-dory out there?
I think so. It's a bath day today.
It's a bath day today. Does that mean
It's
we're
not so good.
Are we hunky-dory or is that no good?
It's a rough process, and there's always a chance of a fight. So
It is a rough process and it is kind of crazy. It is month 9 on our creator's calendar. It is that would make it a Thursday on his. That makes it the 15th day on the Gregorian calendar, and it is the 21st day on our creator's calendar. That means there is 10 more days until Saturnalia. And Saturnalia is where they take the phallus of Nimrod and they will dress it up in gold and they'll silver, and then they'll have their little kids get on their knees and they will open up gifts under the phallus of Nimrod, and they will say Merry Christmas, and they will say that our Messiah was born on this day. And actually this all stemmed out of paganism. It stemmed out of it's all demonology, and in fact our Messiah was born more than likely on September 11th on Yom Torah. So the Feast of Trumpets was more than likely when our Messiah was born, which is probably when he will come back at some point as well. So if you guys are celebrating this, I would strongly urge you to step away from this and understand that everything about Christmas is satanic. It's all pagan. You have mistletoe and balls on the trees and things of this nature that are, every single thing represents demonology and it represents evil. And we should not be partaking in this. You should not go Christmas caroling. You should not deck the halls. You should not put up all this satanic stuff. This is not one of our festivals of our Creator. And if you are partaking in this, then you are the world, and there's nothing that separates you from Babylon and the world and yourself. So, all right. So let's take a quick thing. Let's take a quick guess, gentlemen. Did anyone hear how many Bible scriptures there were downloaded? Anyone that heard, don't do it. Anyone who hasn't?
If you said this word, I haven't heard it.
Okay, take a guess.
I heard it.
Take a guess at how many, because we have a total of 2 of these down here.
Is this like a total amount or just daily amount?
This is for as of December, starting on December.
Okay.
Actually, it's December 2nd, but starting on December 2nd, or actually this one was December 1st. How many total Bible downloads have there been? Scripture downloads.
I know the first number. 187.
Okay, that's your number, Eli.
I think I heard you say it.
Okay, so Kate, did you hear me or not?
I know the first number. I don't remember what the last two digits were.
Okay, so you know the first number?
Yeah.
What's the first number?
2.
2. Okay, so we had a total of 259 Bibles, scriptures have been downloaded.
Weren't we like 170 the other day?
We were at 170 yesterday, or the day before, or something of the
How
sort.
did you go up almost 100?
So I went to all our YouTube channels today, and I put out this thing about people should not be celebrating pagan holidays and all this stuff, and that's where the one guy came and started yelling at me. But anyway, I put the link. I said, if you guys really want to give a gift, give this the Bible scriptures. And so we distributed another 20 or 30, and which is totally amazing. And this is only one site, so we do have another site that is handing out these scriptures as well. So these aren't huge numbers, right? They're not absolutely 200 Bibles isn't a huge thing, because remember when we came down here, Nicole, how many Bibles did we order that one time? 800. So when we were down here in South America, like years and years ago, we had a little extra money and we ordered up 800 Bibles and we started giving them away at bus stops. And so we would go anywhere there was a people that were gathered and congregated around. I'd have the boys jump out and they would just hand out Bibles. And some people were receptive, some people were not receptive. But we put our names and stuff in the front, and that if they had any kind of questions, they could call. And we had one guy out of 800 Bibles that actually sent a thank you and gave us a little bit, and that was it. But we did hand out those 800 Bibles, and so those 800 Bibles cost us a small fortune, especially down here, shipping and handling. You can't just order in stuff. You can't just, 1 pound item is going to cost you like $10 in shipping just for, something by the time they float it down or however they get it down here. So to be able to actually give out 259 scriptures inside of a month, I think is very, very successful. It's very, very good. And if one of those people come to our Creator because of that, that is amazing. And so Yah is working. He's working in many, many, many different directions. For those who do not know, we were on this Yahoo and the Torah 2 channel. It was real quiet for a little bit. And I'm not going to say unfortunately, but Yah has, now we're up to like 620 or something this morning. And so we are up 6,000% of subs. And as the Hallelujah grifter scriptures are trying to crush everything we have and trying to really stop the giving away of these scriptures, our creator said, nope. And not only did we have one channel that has a gazillion subs on it and the Bibles are going out, that we also now have this channel. And even though we were trying to keep it real quiet, it's now getting pretty noisy and pretty boisterous. So the scriptures are going out and the hand of Yah is working and moving, and that is simply amazing. Okay, Luke 21. Anyone have anything? You guys good?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Anything? So what is tonight? Tonight's Thursday. Are we going to do the Ecclesia tonight? Are we ready for this? I don't know if we're ready for this.
Do we know what book we're doing yet?
Yeah, I thought we were doing Sirach.
Oh, okay.
Or Sirach. And the very first, if we do like a prologue on this, I think that would be interesting. And I think what everyone needs to do, and since I haven't even discussed this, we'll discuss this here as a tribe. But I think what we need to do with Sirach is all of us read the prologue in chapter 1 individually, and then we will come together live and we will read this and discuss it. So we won't discuss this as a family prior to any of that. And then we'll just kind of see what happens organically and do it live. I don't know if we'll be doing this today. We don't quite have our graphics guy. He's really busy right now. And so at some point, hopefully the graphics guy will get this done for us. Oh, Kate gave me the dirty look. It's you. You're the graphics guy. Oh, are you busy? Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so our graphics guy is an in-house graphics guy. He actually lives with us. And in fact, we appreciate our graphics guy. At some point, he will get this done. So I don't know when this is going to be. If we get spunky and the day rocks, then we get ready to roll tonight. We will try to roll this. It'll probably be a little bit later of a time because we want to include more people from the North America and various places that are, still 4 o'clock and stuff over there during this time. So, all right, let's get into this. Luke 21. And looking up, he saw the rich putting their gifts into the treasury. And he saw a certain poor widow putting in 2 small coins. And he said, truly, I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all. For all these out of their excess, sorry about that, I wish went flying. For all of these out of their excess have put in offerings for Elohim. But she out of her poverty has put in all that she had to live on.
So are they giving this to the Levites?
One more time.
Are they giving this to the Levites is what they're doing here? They're
well, it should. It should. I mean, all of this should have everything that was tithes and donations at that time should have been provided to the Levites at some level, right? And it may be a treasury box at the top, but I mean, at the end, it goes to everything with the mikdash or their temple and things of that nature. All right. So she had 2 small mites, 2 small things. And she was putting in everything that she had, whereas the rich people, they were just putting in, some of the excess, right?
That's so much, they just give some away.
Right. And so how much more does it mean to our Creator that you give everything that you have and you trust in Him for faith?
Probably a lot.
Probably everything, right? And so this is amazing. I mean, we've heard of this story before in previous chapters, right? We had I don't know if it's the same lady that was putting in her money or if it's a different one. But what was the other story prior to this?
I think it was
the one where the lady found her 2 coins.
No, I was talking about where the Messiah talked about this before, and she was putting in money, and they were putting in their money. It was making clinking sounds and everything of the sort.
It's the same story.
Is it the same story?
Yeah, I think it's
It's just the condensed version of it.
Okay. All right. So let's continue on 5. And as some were speaking about the mikdash, that it was adorned with pleasant stones and gifts, he said, these that you see, the days are coming in which not one stone shall be left upon another that shall not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Teacher, but when shall this be? And what is the sign when this is about to take place? And he said, See that you are not led astray. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am, and the time is near. Then do not go after them. Does it say, is that you guys proofread this? Mm-hmm. Does it say saying I am and the time is near?
Yep.
Okay. Now, when he's saying I am, People will say that right now that is Messiah and his father are the exact same people.
No, he basically condensed that to saying, "I am Yahushua," and the time is near. Right? He condensed it down to what you'll hear.
And he says, I am he.
Okay.
Like it's basically when you ask like, are you Caden? I am.
Yep.
You're not saying I am God. I am the creator. You're just saying I'm the person. That's
Yep.
how you say it in English.
Yep. Okay. 9. But when you hear of fightings and unrest, do not be alarmed, for these have to take place first, but the end is not immediately. Do we have fightings and unrest right now?
Yeah.
Everywhere. Everywhere. From the streets to the wars to the world to everything. There is a lot of unrest happening. 10. Then he said to them, nation shall rise against nation and reign against reign. Do we have that? Do we have nations against nations and reign against reign?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Well, we have a...
We have rumors of it.
We have rumors. That's exactly right. The rumors of the Ukraine war and the rumors of stuff. A lot of these things aren't real as in what you see on TV. And for those who are watching television programming, that's what it's doing to you. It's lie programming you to believe things that are not true. Turn off the TV. Get rid of them. Give yourself the greatest gift in the world. Pick up the Torah and then kick your TV out the window. And they make a loud boom from 2 stories up. 11. And there shall be great earthquakes in various places, and scarcities of food, and deadly diseases. And there shall be terrors, and great signs from the Shamaim. And there shall be great tempests. Okay. Do we have earthquakes in various places right now?
Yeah.
Do we have scarcities of food?
Yeah.
Yep, getting there.
It's getting there, right? It is getting there. They are telling us about the scarcities of food. We are seeing, especially in North America, the shelves look very dwindlish. There are what they call inflation, and inflation works, for those who do not know, simply you used to pay, say, $5 for peanut butter. You will still pay $5 for that peanut butter, but you get half the peanut butter you got before. It looks about the same size, but somehow they've messed with it, and you just get smaller for more. Okay. 12. But before all this, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the congregations and prisons, and be brought before sovereigns and rulers for my name's sake. Okay, has that happened?
Yeah, we've all. I mean, back in the day, there was persecutions. This is like some of this is for back in the day stuff when
Yeah.
the temple was already broken down, and they were all brought. They were all killed for the name of God. All the disciples, all but one, were killed for that.
Yeah. Everybody it's out there, and this is something I mean everybody needs to understand is you may have to take that stand for our Creator. You may have to lose this worldly life for a spiritual life, but that's all part of the game. That's all part of where we don't want to hold on to this life because we've been given this life freely. We've been given a beautiful creation, which is our life freely. Our Creator can take it at his heartbeat. He can take it when he chooses, when his will is. And it is only by his will that we are still breathing, that we are still living, and that it's all about him. Okay, 13. And it shall turn out to you for a witness. Therefore, resolve in your hearts not to premeditate on what to answer. For I shall give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to refute or resist. Okay, now I have to say that I remember this part right here a lot, that we're not supposed to think about what we're going to say when we're being delivered up to the people or things of this nature. And I can say there's a lot of times in my life that I will not speak immaculate, but I will speak things that I don't know that I should be speaking, and they come out in a way that they sound better than how I would speak them. And I wonder oftentimes if it's something that Yah is providing, or the Ruach is providing, or something of that sort. And I'll leave it at that. I just think that this is completely right. 16. And you shall also be betrayed by parents and brothers and relatives and friends, and some of you shall be put to death. Have you guys been betrayed by parents and brothers and relatives yet?
No.
And friends?
Relatives, yes.
Relatives, yes.
But that's due to Torah.
Do we have any friends?
No. We have no
We-
friends who betrayed
We
back.
don't have any physical friends, but we have a tremendous amount of digital friends. And even though you guys are digital friends out there, we love you guys. We know the digital turns into physical, and we know that you guys are out there. So yeah, we have a lot of you guys friends, but as far as the worldly friends, everybody has given up on us, and I'm sure you guys can relate to all of that. relatives and friends. They don't exist when you're seeking the Torah for some weird reason. Okay, 17. And you shall be hated by me because of my name.
They say hated by you?
And you shall be hated by all. I'm sorry. Good eye. And you shall be hated by all because of my name.
I don't know. He hates us now.
What did I say?
You shall be hated by me because of me.
Oh, gee. Wow, that's terrible. Horrible. Okay. And you shall be hated by all because of my name. We don't, we get a lot of angry people. We get a lot of very mad people. And I wouldn't say that we're we're definitely hated. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, the day that I drop and breathe my last breath, there will be celebrations of many, many people. The demons are going to shout and glee, and that is okay because I have done my damage that I can do to them. But as far as being like hated, as far as you walk outside and somebody tosses rotten eggs at you or something, you're like, get out. That hasn't happened. But in the digital world that we are in, people do hate the Torah. People hate Messiah Yahushua. And there are definitely people that probably go to bed and probably hate us really, really good, I would imagine. But that's already done as well. 18. But not a hair of your head shall be lost at all. Possess your lives by your endurance. Okay, what does he mean by possess your lives by your endurance?
Basically, he's saying hold fast in the faith. He's saying endure in the faith. There's going to be trials and tribulations.
What is endurance?
Endurance is like stamina. How far can you go?
Yeah, holding on to the end. How strong are you for whatever task you have at hand is your endurance level.
We're talking about endurance of faith here, where he's like, you're going to be persecuted, you're going to be tried, but if you hold on to this faith, you will be saved.
Yeah, it's very interesting. He says, possess your lives by your endurance. Now, if you do not have enduring faith, if you do not have faith as a mustard seed, that you believe what you're reading, that you're seeking our Creator, you're not going to possess your life. How do you possess your life, gentlemen?
You possess it by giving it to Yah.
You possess your life by securing your soul. Many people do not possess their lives because they have not secured their soul, and they are living their best life now, and it probably is their best life now. And the life that's coming is probably not going to be what they're thinking it's going to be. 20. And when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then know that its laying waste is near. This came and this went. This came in their 70 AD. You will have Christian preachers that sit there and go, look, someday Israel's going to get surrounded, and this is the prophecy. That is not it. Jerusalem was already surrounded by armies. It was already laid waste. The people already flayed their children and ate them. They sold their children inside of this because they had no food, and it was a very, very bad time. And so when he's giving news to these people, right? When you see armies coming around Jerusalem, which all of these people saw, these people all went into Jerusalem in the year 70 AD with armies in and around the area. It wasn't until they actually got in that they shut the doors and they surrounded these people and left them in there. But the signs were clear. So the signs were this: then let those in Yehuda flee to the mountains, and let those who are in the midst of her go out, and let not those who are in the fields enter her. Because these are the days of vengeance, to fill all that have been written. And woe to those who are pregnant, and to those who are nursing children in those days. For there shall be great distress in the earth, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and be led away captives into all nations. Eli, would you please stop doing whatever you're doing?
I actually fat-fingered it.
Yes, I see that. And Jerusalem shall be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles underfoot by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are filled. Okay, what are the times of the Gentiles?
The time of the Gentiles were the 70 AD when they came in and they basically stormed Yehuda. They basically stormed Jerusalem and locked all the people in, took all their stuff and let them away captive, the ones that were left alive.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say that we are in the times of the Gentiles are here as well. I mean, we are living in a Gentile-ridden world. There isn't one single politician on TV that will tell you to keep the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator. There's not one single politician that will wish you a Shabbat, happy Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom from the politicians, right? It doesn't exist. So we are in the land of the Gentiles. We're in the times of the heathens and Gentiles. So continue on. 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and moon, and stars, and on the earth anxiety of nations, in bewilderment at the roaring of the sea and agitation. Men fainting from fear and the expectation of what is coming on the earth, for the powers of the Shemaim shall be shaken. Okay, is this future or is this past? What do we make of this?
That could be both.
Okay, what signs do we have in the sun and the moon?
The sun, we have...
You have an eclipse.
We have eclipses. The moons, we have blood moons. We have all the cycles of the moon.
Yep, and it says on earth, anxiety of nations. Do we have anxiety of nations?
Yeah.
Yeah, every nation is it's a mess. The world we are in right now is a mess. Now, it says, in bewilderment of the roaring of the sea and the agitation. Now, we haven't heard that, right? We haven't heard like, oh man, the seas are just taken out. We know, you guys probably don't know, but actually you guys remember. Remember when we went to the oceans, right? Mm-hmm. Remember when we went to the ocean, we all went running out there. We all thought we were going to get swept away. And, we all had fun. You guys were, how old were they?
Like 8.
8 years old. And I was holding on to Eli, and the big waves would come up and sink us all in. We haven't heard of that, right? We haven't heard of people. I mean, the sea roars. It is a tremendous thing. It will kill you. But as far as the bewilderment of the roaring sea and agitation, I don't think we have that. Now, the next part where it says, men fainting from fear and expectation of what is coming on the earth, I won't go too far into this, but I will say this is happening right now. And I would say that men's hearts are fainting and stopping from fear as well. And those with eyes to see, ears to hear, you understand what I'm saying. 27. And then they shall see the Ben of Edom coming in a cloud with power and much esteem. Okay, so I think all of the prior stuff up to 25 and 26, I think are possibly current stuff that we are in, right? Because 27 alludes us to that when all this stuff is there, then we shall see the Ben of Edom coming in a cloud with power and much esteem. Have we seen this yet?
No.
No, we have not seen our Messiah in a cloud.
I was thinking, how is the world going to see Messiah if it's round? Like they'd have to. I think the whole world can see him when he comes down, right?
Yeah, it is one of those things. It's like none of that makes any sense. The four corners of the earth, the four winds of the earth. I mean, it always talks about four corners of the earth, and there's nowhere in scriptures, anywhere, that says you're moving, tilting, wobbling, flying, or anything. In fact, it didn't even make the sun until day 4, right? And so if we're supposedly spinning around the sun that wasn't made until day 4, did he start the top? Was it like a top? And then he made everything, and then he's like, okay, let's spin around the sun, launch, and it goes around the sun.
It's like, I'll make the earth my soccer ball and not my footstool.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We'll play ball with the earth. Okay, let's continue on. 28. And then when these begin to take place, look up and lift up your heads, because your redemption draws near. Okay, now that is the promise and that is the sign, right? The sign of these things coming to fruition. So some things that we need to look for is we need to look for people talking about the ocean. The ocean has gone wild. Something's going to swallow us up. We don't know what's going on, right? Something of that is there. We already see men fainting from fear. We already see all of this. We don't know about the powers from the Shemaim. I don't know what that's going to look like. Okay, but we're getting close. Just so everybody knows, we are getting close. I don't know if it's in my lifetime. I don't know if it's days, minutes, weeks, years, whatever, but it's getting close. These signs are coming, and it's very important that we understand they're very close. 29. And he spoke a parable to them. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. When they have already budded, observing it, you shall know for yourselves that summer is near. So you also, when you see these take place, know that the reign of Elohim is near. Okay, so yet he gave us another sign, right? He gave us some more stuff to look for, and this is the age where we absolutely need to be keeping our eyes and our ears to the sky and to make sure that we are ready in all of this. Okay, 32. Truly I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away till all shall have taken place. Okay, what can we make of this exactly? Because that generation did pass away. They're all dead. They long gone. What are we talking about? Are we talking this generation as in that specific people?
I think in time out. I think he's talking about like to the end of
The
time.
generation of peoples?
I think so.
The generations of peoples? Yeah, let's continue on. 33. The Shaimaim in the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. Did he just say the Torah was gone?
Nope.
No,
Is that exactly opposite of what he just said?
Yep.
Well, my words are gone. Forget this saying.
Yeah, and it says his words. What are his words?
He said a lot. He said a lot of parables. He spoke in the Torah, mostly the Torah.
What were his words?
His words were his father's words, the
Thank
Torah.
you. Yes, his words were his father's words, and he says his words shall by no means pass away. So, Christians, if you guys are listening to this at any point in your lives, the Torah is good for all times. 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest your hearts be weighed down by gluttony and drunkenness and worries of this life, and that day come on you suddenly. For it shall come as a snare on all those dwelling on the face of all the earth. Okay, now why does he give us this warning about gluttony, drunkenness, worries in our life?
Because
And then he says, first of all, don't worry about that. He says, don't get taken by these things. You got to be ready. What does he mean by this?
He's saying that you need to keep your focus on the coming of the Messiah. You need to stay watched. You need to stay vigilant. You need to be working on your soul. And if you are drunk, if you are sitting there being a glutton, if you're sitting there worrying about day-to-day problems, then you are not focusing on what's important.
Is a glutton just somebody who eats too much food?
Glutton can be anything. Gluttony, you can have gluttony in basically anything you indulge in, like TV. People are gluttonous with TV. People are gluttonous with things they do. Their free time. What are they doing in their free time? They're like going overboard with things.
And if you end up with something that is gluttony in your life, what does it do to your time?
It takes your time away.
It consumes your time, and it puts it to something that is something that you are going to be worried about, and you're going to focus on that. And instead of focusing on our Messiah coming and the Torah and the kingdom and the reign of the Shemaim, we are focused on whatever problems of this life. And so that's a huge promise. That is a huge thing that we should all understand. 35. For it shall come as a snare on all those dwelling on the face of the earth. Watch then. Okay, well, let's stop right there. He just said, number one, he warned us that we need to be ready. We need to be cautious. We need to be careful on this, right? That we can't let the problems of our life overtake us. Or he says right there, it's going to come on us suddenly. Then his next verse says that it will come as a snare, right? And so let me see. I got some crazy dogs doing some crazy things right now. I don't know why. So, guys, when this comes as a snare, so if something comes as a snare, what is a snare?
It's like a trap.
It's a part of a trap, right? And so if we are told of these warnings, if we are told of all of this, and he says, watch out for the trap, watch out for this, and we don't watch out for this, we might be dummies. Yeah. He tells us this very, very straight that we need to watch out and be very careful. 36. Watch then at all times and pray that you be counted worthy to escape all this about to take place and to stand before the bin of Edom. Now, the Christians will take this and they will well, we're all going to escape. We're going to go into a rapture, right? We're never going to be counted. The rapture's coming. We're going to eat our pork rinds. We're going to eat our bacon. We're going to worship on Sunday, and we might even get raptured out of our Sunday church. That just might be how good we are, right? That is what they do.
Do we have commands here? Do we where he says, don't be confused by the people that say I am, or the ones where he says, keep watch? Are those commands for us?
I think these are all commands. I think we missed a ton of commands in here, and I think we're going to have to go back through this, and Eli and Jade are going to have to do commands, because I think we missed this. Honestly, I think we've done a thing. But yeah, every one of these. Watch then at all times and pray that you be counted worthy. So yeah, and I mean, that's a command right there. Absolutely. So, gentlemen, who's going to do some commands for us?
I'll go to Mark. I'll do Luke.
I finished Mark.
You finished all of Mark?
Yep.
Okay, well, I think both of you guys should tackle Luke because we need to get this in there. But this is you're absolutely right. These are commands, and this is what our mission and job was, is to get this. And Messiah Yahushua tells us right there. Yeah, and I mean all this stuff right here, right? Take heed to yourselves, lest your heart be weighed down by gluttony, right? Don't worry about the problems of the day, right? That would be the command. And then also Watch then at all times and pray that you be counted worthy, right? So that's a command as well. Beautiful. Okay, 37. And he was teaching in the Mikdash by day, but at night he went out and stayed on the mountain of Olives. And early in the morning, all the people came to him in the Mikdash to hear him. Okay, that's it, gentlemen. Thank you guys very, very much. Everybody, our family out there, thank you guys very, very, very much. We love you all. I do not know when we're going to go live with the Ecclesia, which is the new thing we're doing. But as soon as we get our graphic designer guy working on this and we have it dialed in here, we will go live and we'll spend a little bit more time with you guys. Thank you very much, everybody. We love you.
All right, shalom.